this is Vox, and today I kind of wanted to go over the classes for you new players. I try to help you guys choose a class, and this is something that's been like killing me recently as well, and progression. And I wouldn't say it's absolutely killing me because I am getting fame from it, house fame. So as you can see, I'm showing you guys my roster right here so you guys can kind of get a feel of my experience so far in the game. And I am a founder. Let me show you. Actually, right here, you can see I have a founder costume and everything. So I did play the game when it first released in NA, and at the time I was working really crazy hours, and I just felt like I couldn't keep up with other people, and there was no point for me to play because I was working too hard. Um, I just felt that I didn't have the time, and it was just way too hardcore of a game for me at that time. But I mean, I love hardcore games. I come from games like Ion and Lineage and stuff like that. I come from, I played World of Warcraft for, man, well over 10 years. I've experienced every aspect of World of Warcraft, from the good old days to the weird old days to the panda old days to the weird old days again. But anyway, I'm going to kind of give you guys my opinion on classes and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people in this game, I'm gonna put it out there. A lot of people in the forums, a lot of people everywhere, you know, make assumptions and they give their opinions on form, and there's nothing wrong with that. But they label these assumptions and opinions as facts. Okay, I'm going to tell you how I felt, and I had a higher level warrior, you guys, but I deleted it just so I could showcase the rest of the classes. I didn't really need it, and I can level up another one. I didn't like the name that I chose for that warrior anyway. So I have another warrior right here, which is cool. He's cooler. He's cooler. Anyway, character creation. So first things first is I'm gonna tell you how I felt with all the classes. So all the classes that I've played, I've never had a class that I got on and I was like, no, I don't really like this class. The problem is I'm really feeling every class in Black Desert Online. Every class that I play, that class has something specific that just makes the game so fun for me. So you got Warrior, Ranger, Sork, Berserker, Tamer, Musa, Maewa, Valkyrie, fucking Connect, Ninja, Dark Knight, Wizard, and Witch. Okay, so we're gonna start from Witch and Wizard. Witch and Wizard are pretty much the same class. There's a couple differences. When they get their awakening weapon, a lot of people say they split into two separate classes. They don't. They just kind of specialize in two different elements. Like the witch has a lightning pet and I believe a earth pet, while the wizard has a water pet and a fire pet. So it's kind of like they split off in their own two little elements. And to be honest, some people say that the witch is a little bit better than the wizard because the witch has, I guess, faster attacks or something like that. But the wizard is, they're the same fucking class, okay? Don't let people fool you guys. Don't play listen, play whatever one you want. They're pretty much the same class, and to be honest with you, when I run into them in wartime, it doesn't matter if it's a witch or a wizard, they will delete you if they're here. Like, you would get completely roasted. Like, it does not matter. Like, don't let people trick you into playing a character that you don't want to play, as far as like gender wise. Like, if you don't want to play a female character, you don't have to. If you don't want to play a male character, then you don't have to, because they're pretty much the same class, which is, to me, it's like, why is there two of these classes? But anyway, we're gonna go to the Dark Knight. I have some experience on the Dark Knight because, well, you've seen I got a level 57 Dark Knight. And 57 is not much. Some people actually say that the game dramatically not only changes at level 56, but also changes at 58 or 59, something like that. I think at 58, most classes get another skill for their awakening or whatever that does a crap load of damage, and they're able to level up their awakening skills that much higher as well. So the higher level you are, the more percentages you're going to be able to pump into your awakening skills, and the more damage you're going to be able to do. So a lot of people say, oh, you don't have to level up to 60 and stuff like that to be competitive and stuff like that. And you don't. But to be honest, you're going to be a lot stronger at those higher levels than you were previously, because you're going to be able to go a lot farther into some of those skills. And to be honest, at level 60 and stuff like that, and people that are 60 and 61, their skill percentage on their awakening weapons is so much higher than yours. It's like probably 300% higher than yours in most cases. Some cases probably 400%. I know I've seen some of those. You can look at your awakening weapon and check the percentages in the ranks and for the levels, and you'll know exactly what I mean. It gives you so much damage. Some of those skills give a lot more accuracy as well, and these are just things we love, you know. But the Dark Knight is beautiful so far. We don't have her awakening, so I'm not gonna speak much on that, whatever. But the unawakening, she's pretty dope. She's a strong class, and apparently in Korea right now, she's destroying charts. Period. She's just like wrecking the Jello pudding out of all the freaking charts. She's getting top damage. She's getting top, kills in red battlefields all the time. Like, apparently she's doing some crazy stuff. Now, mind you, that's word of mouth. But I've seen some videos of her wrecking some people in some duels. I haven't seen these so-called charts yet, and I just did the bunny things with my fingers, not my ears. So I didn't do the bunny things with my ears. You know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna go to Ninja, and some of my best friends in the game play Ninja. And I'm gonna say one thing about them: they're just arrogant bastards. Like, god damn, like I just want to strangle some of them sometimes. You know what I mean? But the Ninja is a very strong class. There's a big stigma on a lot of classes in this game. Let me tell you guys right now. If you're playing any assassin class in this game, there's going to be a lot of naysayers out there, and it's like, oh, you shouldn't play it. You shouldn't play it. Meanwhile, that's the same dude that has this class at level 56 and 57 and playing on it all the time, spending all their time on these classes. So, don't let people tell you what you can't play and what's not relevant and stuff like that. When they tell you that, oh, if you play a tamer, you're not going to be able to get in a big guild and stuff like that. I mean, to be honest with you, if you're new to the game and you ain't got gear, you ain't getting into a big guild anyway, fool. So you might as well play what you love, get geared. You know what I mean? Because all the big guild requirements right now for the very top guilds in this game are usually like 59. You got to be level 59 or 60, and then you got to have over 500 gear score. You know what I mean? Like that's not, that's something that you're not going to get for a while. You know what I mean? So play what you want. And then once you get to that gear score in that level anyway, it doesn't matter what class you got it on. All the classes are going to delete people. Like, you know what I mean? All the classes are going to wreck the smell out of people. So you don't ever worry about that. Don't let someone stop your hustle. You know what I mean? If you want to play Ninja, play it. Ninja's a very strong class. It iframes like no tomorrow. It's so aggravating when you're fighting against it. I'm just going to be real right now. Their iframes are just really annoying. Like, probably the second best in the game, right? And they do a crap load of single target damage, burst damage. But just because they do a crap load of single target damage doesn't mean they can't AoE. They can AoE. Their awakening has like a rain of blades that comes down. Now, it's not a very big AoE, but it's good enough for you to just like, ninja slide up to a group and just like, and just like kill the whole group and then just ninja slide off. That's PvE. That's PvE. And PvP, you still wreck the crap out of people. Any veteran out there will tell you that they ran into a ninja that spilt their stuff before. Right? So we're gonna talk about the female ninja. The female ninja. Okay, so you know how I said the witch and the wizard is kind of the same? It's not really the same for the ninja and the Canuck, because the Canuck it has, for its awakening weapon, it has this massive boomerang. And actually, I think you can see it in the video down below. No, you can't. No, you can't. She's not using it. She's not using it down there. But anyway, they do a lot of spinning stuff with a hula hoop. It's like a hula hoop of death. And they have some insane bursts too. They're a little bit more AoE friendly. They can AoE more than the ninja, but I believe the ninja has a little bit more single target burst than them. But overall, it's a very strong class. Both of these classes can go in stealth. Both of these classes are very squishy, so it requires mobility. It requires you to be on your, you know what I mean, on your feet, and just like, you know, keeping everything up and just like going really fast, because it's really a dance. And what I mean by dance is, you know, when you play these classes like assassins or thieves or rogues, no matter what game it is, you know, we always know and expect these classes to be the type of classes, if they get caught, they're going to die because they don't have much armor. So I'm going to call them light body classes. You know what I mean? And it's just always been like this. This is just a thing. If you played MMORPGs, you know what I'm talking about. Rogues and these light classes have high bursts, but they don't have very much survivability. Their survivability is not getting hit at all, which they can do really well. So don't let people fool you into thinking these classes are weak. And if someone tells you, oh, they're so weak, they're gonna die if they get hit, you know, that's when you turn around and say, no shit. Like, no, why are you stating the obvious? You know what I mean? And then you have Valk. Valk is not really the female version of the warrior. Valk is this holy spatula. And the Valk is hated on, right? But I'm going to tell you guys something. I never slept on a Valk. I have a Valk that is 56. And the only reason I don't play her is because the weight situation. I just can't afford to buy weight for every single class I decide to play and level up. And that actually is a big deciding factor what class I play, because I have a couple classes that are maxed out on weight. And when you go from that to grinding on a character that doesn't have just about any weight, it's a real pain. And that was my only problem with the Valk. But a lot of people says that she's weak in PvE and she can't clear, you know, and she's weak in PvP. All I gotta say is where, bitch, where, because every Valk I've run into that was skilled in gear wrecks people. I have video of Valks just doing crazy things, just like, you know what I mean, like, and we saw the tournaments, I think 2 nights ago, and we seen those 2 Valks just like scraping up people. And when they get their awakening, I call them the holy spatula, because they don't AoE, but they like do this massive push forward force, and like right in front of them, and it's kind of like a spatula effect, and it just feels like you're just scraping the mobs out of the world. You're just like woof, woof, and it feels really powerful. And to be honest, all the classes probably feel powerful to me because I have my shake on like the maximum. Like, I love when the scream shakes. It's just really awesome. It makes you feel so powerful when you come down. But the Valk, all being said, is a very strong class. It's a class that's hated on. It's not as hated on as much as like the assassin classes, but it's definitely hated on. So then you have this monster. The female blader are the Meiwa, you know. And I don't have a Meiwa, but I have a blader, a Musu. But I do know that she's a very strong class. They're actually, the Musa and the Meiwa are the 2 fastest classes in the game. And a lot of players really hate them. A lot of players hate catching them. When you fight a good one, you really can't run away from them. Which is really funny. You know, when any other class or whatever, you can kind of run away from, but you can't run away from them because they're just so damn fast. The female and the male, they're kind of the same. I think she gets a spear for her awakening. He gets like a blade on a stick, or a stick on a blade, something like that. Anyway, like, he gets like a pole arm. They both get like these big pole arm type things, whatever, but they're a little bit different. They don't use the same weapon, but she has a stronger burst than him, but his damage is more consistent. I really don't know what to say about these 2 classes because they both look the same, to be honest. I think she like does like lightning or some shit type damage, and he does fire damage, which is, well, it just looks like fire. I don't think there's really any like much elements going on. I mean, maybe you can get burnt from the elements or shocked if you're playing a wizard. But I don't know how the elemental type stuff works on their weapons. I think you have him, and I kind of just explained him too. Um, they're a strong class. They're a really very fast class. They are considered as an assassin branch with the ninja and Canuck, and also the tamer that I'm gonna get to next. Um, they're just a really strong class. I really don't have any negatives to say about them. Out of all the assassins, they're probably the best PvE farmers, and they're really strong, and they're just really strong. They're really strong. So they're really strong. That's all I have to say about them. They're really strong. So, my fourth attempt on trying to record information about the tamer. But I just keep getting into this whole long dragged out thing where I don't want to. But I'm not trying to be negative, but the tamer is it's a really beautiful class. It's a very strong class. It's considered one of the top PvE classes in the game as far as grinding and stuff like that. She does a really good job of grinding. And that skill in a little preview, I never even seen that skill before. So I don't know what the hell that was, where she like puts her hand down and does like the little post. They lying to us. Anyway, you know, the Tamer is one of those classes that is considered the weakest class in the game, and you will hear it. Oh my god, you will hear it 200 times a day while playing this class. Anything goes wrong, it's your fault because you're playing such a weak class. When I played the class, and mind you, this was my very first class, I started playing it out of the gate, you know what I mean? I never felt weak. I had this seed planted in my head that the class was weak. But while playing the class, whether it was 9 Awakening or Awakening, I never felt weak. I did feel that she wasn't as fast as she was when she first came out, but she kind of got a mobility nerf like the first week the game came out in NA. And I remember raging over that or whatever, because I just thought it was so cool that she was so fast, and then that changed. But she's the only summoner class in the game, really, one that can control her pet and everything. But I mean, it doesn't matter because her pet, she needs love, okay, guys? She needs love. Cacao, they need love, all right? Tamers need love. The Witch and the Wizard has a very strong pet. Matter of fact, they have 2 pets to choose from apiece that does good damage to mobs and CCs the goddamn banana pills off of bananas. And I'm not even joking. Like, listen guys, it's an assassin class. It has really nice damage, but it's a summoner class too, and it's not really a summoner class. I don't know why they got that big ass pet that looks so intimidating. The pet just don't do a lot, and I'm not really a negative person, man, but niggas, goddamn, my tamer needs some love, man. She needs some love. Let's go on to the Berserker. Okay, so this monster is considered probably the most balanced class in the game. Just the goddamn, like, oh my goodness. Like, when you get grabbed by one of these dudes, man, I swear to God, they will slam your avatar so hard your real life socks will pop off. I'm not even joking with you. You think it's a game, all right? You're going to be wrecking people one day, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how strong that Zerker is. Once he snatch you and lift you up off your feet, ooh, you're going to be in a world of pain. You guys remember that old school game called Blitz, that football game from back in the day? Where they used to just like just all the illegal tackles and shit. They would just rip your character in half. They would hit your character so hard, your character eyeballs would pop out his head. Like, this is this class. Like, this class is just a monster. Like, if you just want to be that Berserker, like, you know Berserker from Fate Stay Night? He ain't got shit on this Berserker. That Berserker from Fate Stay Night, yes, I'm talking about Zerker, guys. He ain't got shit on this Berserker here, alright? You don't you see this? His attack is on max. His defense is on max. It doesn't matter what he does, because when he goes hybrid, he's just gonna stick. Oh my god. And his awakening weapon, it's a cannon. A cannon. This dude, oh my, no more need to be said, guys. If you want to play a Berserker and you want that big hype, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing getting in his way. There ain't a class in this game right now that can shut a really geared and a really skilled berserker down. There's just monsters. Like you be chilling with your homies grinding, and a berserker turns the corner, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, you see that berserker? Don't make any sudden moves. Don't anger it." Man, I seen berserkers jump around in ghillie suits. They sneak up on you and snatch you. Oh my goodness. You just want to say, "Oh Lord, oh Lord, help me." You know what I mean? They're just that type of. They're just a monster. Okay, awakening and non-awakening. If you want to feel power, they're gonna make you feel power. And make sure you put your screen shake on a maximum so you can shake the earth when you slam the cookies out of somebody's jar. Sorcerer. Sorcerer is known for being one of the most wanted character for wars. Sorcerer is a very high skill cap. In her awakening, she's probably the hardest class to play besides Ranger and Awakening. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. She's a very powerful class, but she definitely is one of those classes that's gonna take people that are like, used to the hardcoreness in PvP games, like, cause she's a very difficult class to play. She has 2 different resources or some shit like that to manage. I think maybe even 3. And this bitch, she just requires a lot, guys. But she's one of those. She's the class in this game that I will say, what is it? Is it high risk, low reward, or some shit like that? No. It's like high risk, high reward, or some shit like that, right? She has a crap load of iframes. If you guys don't know what iframes is, it just means like, she can move so fast that your eyes can't see her. No, I'm joking. Iframes are kind of like these things that are just, damn, how can I even describe iframes? Look, iframes are just iframes, guys. Look the shits up. They're just dangerous, all right? Anyway, the Sorc is a monster. She's a monster in PvE and PvP. She does a shitload of damage. I mean, a shitload of damage. I mean, sometimes you can see this black shit engulf you, and your character just fucking evaporates, alright? So all I'm saying about her, I wouldn't say no more. I mean, she's just a strong-ass class. If she's your style or whatever, don't worry. She's not weak. Then you got Ranger. Ranger is considered the monster, alright? When the game first came out, everybody and their grandma played Rangers. Oh my goodness, it was so annoying. Oh my goodness, I just wanted to punch somebody in the face. All these damn Rangers everywhere just skeeting around. You know what I mean? It was so annoying. Then they got Awakening and everyone re-rolled because they didn't have the skill. Yes, and if you're an ex-Ranger player that's listening to this video, I just want you to know that I'm happy you re-rolled and you're not harassing me anymore with your stupid little bow. Ranger is a very strong class in PvP and PvE. The class literally has no. I don't really feel that there's any weakness to Ranger. They dominate both aspects now, melee and range. Now, I'm not comparing them to other classes. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they dominate everyone else. They do dominate everyone else, but I'm just saying they just, I'm just saying they just a really, really, really good class. They do them real good. Okay, then you have Warrior. And let me tell you about Warrior, guys. Warrior is a monster. Alright, this dude, this overpowered ass Warrior is probably one of the only class that can spam. Warriors are just dangerous, guys, alright? They dominate in PvE and PvE. Did I say PvE and PvE? Well, add a P to one of those goddamn things, alright? PvP and PvE. And Warriors are they're just warriors. You know what I mean? Their Awakening is a big, great sword. You know what I mean? If you want to feel like anime or something like that, or feel like you got a lot of power, they do have a lot of power. But they also have the shield and the sword. They start off with the shield and the sword, and then you awaken into the two-hander. And you can have all this shit equipped at the same time. And you be like blocking everything. You switch to your two-hander, and you're just like, game over. And they literally end games. They're a very easy class to play, and they're very monstrous. I mean, man, this class is so monstrous, bro. I hate fighting warriors. I hate fighting them. Oh my goodness, I hate fighting them. They just seem to do everything right. To be honest, I think their only bad thing about Warrior is that it's a Warrior, and that they have Warriors in every single game we've ever played. So that kind of takes the appeal off of them. But if you're a Warrior type player, man, fucking Warriors are just winning everywhere, man. I don't know what it is about Asian games that love Knights. Fucking Knights are always overpowered as hell. I'm not saying that this Warrior's overpowered, man. He overpowered, guys. Don't fall for that shit. And you guys make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you guys out. And I'm just gonna throw this in at the end, man. Every class in this game do work, whether it's PvP or PvE. You know, if you gotta play every single one of them to find what you want to play, man, by all means, play them. You know what I mean? I might even power level some of your classes to level 30 for you, because I'm a good guy like that. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit your boy up. Yeah. And the first person to comment rubber duckies, I'm gonna power level you to 50. Most people not gonna get to the end of the video to know about that. But the first person, alright? So if you see someone that comment rubber duckies already, guys, don't be commenting that shit 2 times. I don't want to see that shit 2 times down there in the comment sections, bro. I don't. But if I do, maybe there's something in there for you too. Peace out. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Vox, and today I wanted to make a video kind of explaining the roles of class. After the last class selection advice video that I did, I guess like a week ago, I've been getting a lot of comments asking me, like, how viable is a class, and you know, is this class underpowered like people say? And they're reading on the internet and they're getting a bunch of mixed views and stuff like that, saying that classes suck. And oh, you'll get one person on the right saying the class is the best class they've ever played and the strongest class in their opinion, and then on the left you'll have some dude like, oh no, this class sucks, you should never play this class. A lot of the tier ranking in this game, for classes, really just consistently, a lot of the ranking and how people perceive majority of the classes in this game are it's wrong. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand that, which every single class you have just about a different role to play. And when people say, on the forums, when they say a class sucks and that a guild won't need you, what they're referring to is wars, such as node wars and siege wars and stuff like that. So today I wanted to kind of go over and give you guys a little idea of what your role is in large scale PvP, in this game, as far as like organized PvP, like sieges and wars. And a lot of people approach these things, as I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna rush, I'm geared, I'm just gonna rush face first into the enemy and get grinded up. You know what I mean? That's not how it works. Like, these things are wars, and they require leaders or whatever that know how to command and know how to, strategize and stuff like that. Like, if your leader can't strategize, and like, if he doesn't seem like a level-headed person, then you really can't look forward to that guild being successful in this game in large scale PvP, period. You know what I mean? Because you have people like that just want certain classes. They want classes that can dive bomb into, large crowds and just do insane amounts of damage and stuff like that. I like wizard and witch. You know what I mean? Now, that's not a completely bad idea, but I mean, it's not going to get you the results that you want in the end, because after they die, then your group is at a stalemate. You know what I mean? So you have another good example is people playing assassin type classes, as frontline bunker type classes, and that's not how it works. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna try to give you guys the best of my knowledge of what classes do what roles in Siege and in Node Wars. Now, mind you, for 1v1 PvP, anything goes. So any class can see any class on that level. There's never been a time where I seen a class like maybe, you know, a sorceress or, you know, something like a tamer player just be like, oh, you know, I just can't beat, you know, Musas or nunchucks. Let me stop playing with you guys. Kenichis. I think I said it right that time. If you guys roast me in comments, I'm gonna be sad, yo. Don't do that, right? I said it right. I think I did. Look, whatever. There was never a time where I had a friend that played a certain class that was like, oh, this certain class just completely shuts me out. Anytime that majority of any of my friends got wrecked in PvP, they were extremely outgeared by the other player. Like, dead serious, you know what I mean? So don't let people discourage you from playing any class. And this is why I'm making this second video or whatever to kind of explain the roles. So first we're going to get into the frontline type bunker characters. Now, just because I say bunker doesn't mean they can't put up, you know, lots of damage. What I mean is they have the means to survive on that front line. Warrior for his block, Berserker is another frontline character, and he's one of them because he just has a monstrous amount of health, and you know, he has a bunch of AOE CC, which is kind of like, well, AOE interrupts. You know what I mean? He runs in there and he starts yelling like roar, and he grabs whatever target needs to be grabbed. And trust me, if you get grabbed in a siege, man, you can kiss them cakes goodbye, son. You ain't getting them cakes back. You know, that's for sure. All right. Now I'm going to speak on Striker, even though Striker's a new class or whatever. But this character is definitely going to play, you know, a kind of frontline slash, you know, assassin type role. And I'm gonna get into the whole assassin branch of all those little ninjas and stuff like that and their job in a second, right? So for defense, we have Warrior, we have Berserker, we have Striker, which I believe is going to be one of those characters that can play multiple roles if he wants to, and then we have Valkyrie. Now, these four classes that I just named, right? These are going to be your frontline characters. These are going to be the characters at any large scale PvP that's going to be up in the enemy's face, CCing them. Valkyrie is a beautiful class. And a lot of people say she's useless in Siege. That's BS, right? She has massive AoE pulls. Like, she has these big holy beams that come out of the sky and suck people into, you know, a small area to be blown up. And mind you, when she's geared, her 100% skill is just godly. Like, I'm talking about some Thor type stuff. It's a very beautiful class, man. Don't let no one discourage you. Like, trust me. I'm setting it straight right now. You're a frontline character just like Warrior, Berserker, and Striker. All right. Now the next roles we're gonna get to is we're gonna get to range suppression, like, you know, which would be Ranger. Obviously, where is Ranger right now? The hell, did they delete Ranger from the game? Oh no, they didn't. She's right here. Okay, so as you see, Ranger doesn't have like any defense whatsoever. So if you get to her, whatever, you can pretty much pop her like a balloon. Um, Ranger, Wizard, Ranger, Wizard, Witch, and Dark Knight, and Sorcerer. They're going to all play that role as in like range support. Now, the Ranger doesn't have to be so much as backline because the Ranger has a lot of mobility. In a siege situation, she's probably going to use her bow a lot more than her melee. They wouldn't make. I mean, she can. Well, I guess her awakening puts her at a position where she can, you know, play the assassin role as well as the range suppression role as well. Sorcerer has a lot of iframes, which is going to make it easier for her to get to the back lines of the enemies and delete, you know, their strong characters, like their witches and their wizards. Like, she's the type of person, and I think the Dark Knight is also going to play that role as well as the scouting role with the ninjas, which I'm gonna get to their little role right now. So you have Tamer, you have both of the ninjas. You know, I'm gonna stop trying to pronounce that female ninja name, bro. I just can't. It just won't come out my mouth. You know what I mean? So we have the Mewa, the Musa, the ninja, the nunchuck, and the tamer. Yo, okay, so these are all assassin classes, and a lot of people, you'll see a lot of bad news on the forums about them saying, oh, they're not good, nobody wants to play them just for the fact that, they're not needed in group PvP. That's absolutely wrong. First of all, they're the best scouts in the game, and their main role in Siege is to pretty much scout as well. Not just scout land and stuff like that, and but scout people that stick their nose out too far. They're assassins. They have insane bursts. So anyone that gets too ballsy and tries to come out and pass you or something like that, or tries to sneak to the back line like Sorks will do, and ninjas can actually do that as well. So if they get really good, they can sneak around and hit that back line with their speed. They can get behind enemy siege or whatever with no problem, or an enemy I guess an enemy guild, I guess. And a lot of people, they don't really take these roles into consideration, and they just figure that, oh, I'm a Musa or I'm a Meiwa, a ninja, and I'm just gonna run in like a warrior would do. Well, a warrior has a block, and I mean ninjas, I believe, have block as well, but it's nowhere near like warrior block. Warrior block, Valkyrie block, and Berserker's resilience is just off out of the roof, just completely out of the roof. I mean, there ain't no roof there, guys. There ain't no roof there. They get downright tanky with low DP. So when they have high DP or whatever, it's a whole nother story. But you have classes that are meant to assassinate those classes, which is like the sorcerer. I'm not quite sure on the Dark Knight's role, and I know I have a Dark Knight and stuff like that, but I've never warred with it. But I did play with all of its skills, and to me, it's got a lot of mobility, which I would guess it could go to the back line and delete some witches and wizards and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that I'm going to put the Dark Knight and the Sorcerer on the same level, on the same type of job. But if you guys think I'm wrong, feel free to leave your opinion down in the comments below. But make sure, you guys, that it's no negativity, man. We're trying to help newer players here, and that's really my goal, help newer players and build a community. I have a lot of plans for building a community, and I haven't had the time yet. Right now I'm out of town, so that's why it took me so long to get these videos. I got so many videos I need and want to make or whatever to help you guys. It's just right now I'm just so busy working, it's making things difficult. But remember, as a tamer, as a ninja, as a Musa and a Meiwa, your job is to assassinate. Your assassins, you do high damage. You want to kill things like backliners if you can get to them, and you don't get to them by running through the front line. Please do not run through the front line, okay? Because first of all, the Holy Spatula gonna tape you up. Like, I'm just saying right now, Berserker gonna snatch you, and it's gonna be game over. You know what I mean? Or, a warrior is gonna get you, and it's gonna be game over. Another reason is, who the hell do you think is watching the front line? Yes, witches, wizards, you know what I mean? They're gonna be sitting there facing that way. So you wanna stray off and come at them from the side. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain, but I'll try to put little pictures in the video or whatever to try to help you guys out. But remember, every class has its role and its own job that it needs to be perfecting. And like I said, I'm not a pro at every single class and stuff like that. So I want you guys to go and do research on not only the class that you love or whatever, but when you find that class that you like that feels good for you, you need to really do research and find out what your role is in group PvP. You know what I mean? So this is just a general guide or whatever for you guys. And man, I know some people are gonna be raging in the comments for no reason though. Like, there's really no reason to rage over someone that's trying to help newer players. But just remember that your class has a role and you're required, and people look forward to you doing this role. And siege wars and node wars, that's just how it is. So peace out, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and rubber duckies, man, all day. Rubber duckies. Okay, so you leveled up a Dark Knight, or you leveled up a Berserker, or you leveled up a Warrior, and you leveled these characters because all over the forums and everywhere, people are telling you that, oh, these are the most overpowered characters ever, and you get high level and then someone tells you, oh, the ninja's stronger, so you re-roll a ninja, and they tell you, oh no, the wizard's stronger, so you re-roll a wizard. Let me explain something to you guys. You know, when it comes to picking characters, I know, like, for people that have ADHD and stuff like that, like myself, and I know I have a lot of characters, right? But in this game, this is one game or whatever that you can relax and play the class you truly love. Play a class that's actually fun for you, because at the end of the day, the strongest character and the strongest class is the class that has the most gear. Now, what I mean by that is I have a bunch of friends, that leveled up classes or whatever that they didn't necessarily love, but they just wanted to be the strongest. When we play a new MMORPG, the first thing we do when we're deciding what class we want to play is we go on a forum and we're like, hey, what class is the strongest class? What class is the strongest melee class? The strongest range class? The strongest mid-range class? And whichever one kind of more suits you or whatever, you feel that that's the class for you. But that's not always necessarily true. You know what I mean? A lot of the cooler classes in most MMORPGs are the random classes that are considered weak and stuff like that, and Black Desert's no exception to the fact that people love classes like the Tamer and the Valkyrie, and all over the forums you hear how weak the class is, and how much more work you have to do than something else, than another class. You get, like, if you play a ranger, you got to do so much more work. But the truth is, it doesn't matter. The strongest class is whoever's geared the most. Like, there's never a time that you're going to run into a Valk, and a Valk's going to completely wreck you 10 times out of 10 times out of 10 fights or whatever, and you guys are both geared the same. Like, it's not going to happen like that unless you suck. Unless you suck. And I'm not throwing shots at the Valkyrie. Well, I'm just trying to help you guys realize that in this game, it's gear over class. Okay, it doesn't matter. Wizard's not stronger than Witch. Witch is not stronger than Ninja. Ninja's not stronger than Zerker. Zerker's not stronger than Warrior. But you know what is? Gear. Tet is stronger than Tri. Tri is stronger than Duo. Duo is stronger than Pry. And Pry is stronger than everything that was, everything that comes before it. Because that's how this game works. You know what I mean? So if you want to play one of those classes and end up re-rolling, trust me, this game, it is a grindy game. It's a Korean game, a Korean MMORPG, just like Ion. People know in Ion, there was a strong everything in Ion. There was not one class or whatever that you never seen wrecking people. If you ever played Ion, you know it's the same here. Gear over class in every aspect of the matter. And I know some people are probably going to disagree and come up with little snarky comments and stuff saying that, oh, Warrior is stronger than people with what you call it. Listen, if you don't truly love and appreciate the class that you're playing, you're not going to make it. Once you hit 56 and you start that grind to 57, once you hit 57 and you start that grind to 58, and you're playing a class just because you feel that, oh, this is the most powerful class, what are you going to do? You're going to, A, re-roll, or B, quit the game. Like, it's plain and simple like that. And I really hope this video helps newer players, old players, anybody that you feel that's been putting you down and stuff like that. Don't hang out with those people. If you are in a guild that's toxic and that's telling you that because you're playing Tamer that you're crap and that you can't make it, or if you're playing Valk or any class, if you're playing something that you really enjoy and the people around you are telling you that class is crap and they're ruining your game, what do you need to do? You need to uplift yourself from that situation and fly on over to another guild that's more supportive and that doesn't have class requirements. Class requirements in this game are a bit of a joke. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what class you are. If you're not geared, you're not doing anything. Period. You know, pen over tet, tet over try, try over duo, duo over pry, and that's just how it is. You know, and plus 15 over plus 5, plus 5 over no gear. You know what I mean? It's all about gear. Please, guys, stop re-rolling and doing the flavor of the month BS. This game is way too grindy for that, and you're not going to truly enjoy this game if you don't immerse into the class and play it and love the class that you're playing. Love the class. Love you. And love them rubber duckies. Leave comments down below. If you feel any type of way, it's fine. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Vox. As you can see, I'm on my DK just fishing right now. But I wanted to kind of talk about grinding in this game. So, the whole mindset behind this game being a very grindy game is, you know, it's a Korean game, it's an Asian game, and in these type of games or whatever, there's a lot of grinding going on. There's a different type of mindset you really need to be able to keep up and understand, you know, how games like this work. So, when you hit level 56, it's no longer about the experience. Now, a lot of people tell you you need to get to level 60 as soon as possible. You at least need to be level 58 to be competitive. And I'm not going to say that's 100% not true. You know what I mean? But it shouldn't be your primary, you know, goal, you know, once you hit 56. When you hit 56, you want to get off of the mindset of leveling and get on a mindset of grinding for wealth. Okay, now me being a wealth grinder, and what I mean by wealth grinder, I'm going to use this term on my future videos and stuff like that, so the old people, you guys to kind of catch on and understand what I'm talking about. But I'm an individual, whatever, that likes to physically grind in game for, you know, currency, for silver, you know. And a lot of people, well, the opposite of that would be life skilling. And it's not that I'm against life skilling or anything like that or whatever. I do like to life skill. As you can see right now, I'm fishing. But I primarily do stuff like this when I'm going to work or I'm asleep, you know, and I allow my character to AFK fish. And she probably nets me in anywhere from 2 to 4 million a night. It's not a lot, but it adds up, and that's all that matters. So like 2 to 4 million a night, you know, it adds up. So it's just extra money or whatever. AFK, I'm not there, but when I'm actually here, I like to grind. I grind. I'll show you some of my grind spots right now. One of my favorite spots is Helms. Oh, I love Helms. Like, Helms, you can grind all day. I actually grind so much money at Helms. I went from 56. I grinded, actually, I would say from 54 all the way up to 57 on this DK that I'm on right now, actually. Just Helms alone. And it wasn't really about the levels at all. I was just there grinding wealth. And other places I like to grind is iron mines. A lot of my contribution point goes into places I like to grind, and every day I switch it up. There's some places that do make more money than other places, don't get me wrong, but it's really about keeping your mind fresh and keeping you on the track of not getting burnt out. And the best way to do that is to rotate your grinds. Like, so one day I might want to farm the iron mines, and at the iron mines I'm farming crystals, I'm farming forbidden books, which drop a crap load there, and they also drop a lot at rogues. I don't really farm any of these other places right here. Let me show you my first love, okay? Where's this place at? It is over here, and let me tell you guys, this place, Sano Camp, I believe it's pronounced. This place right here, guys, if you are a new player and you need money, this place is gonna net you more money than anything, than any other grinding in the game. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's just wait for that to be over. Okay, so that was my subscriber alert. I get a little alert, like, you know, when you stream, it gives you, you know, subscriber alert. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Sorry about that, guys. So this place is going to net you more money than you're going to get just about any other grind spot in a game, just purely for the fact that they're so low level that you can just about one-shot these guys with a plus 10 weapon. Making it so you, as a newer player that just hit level 50, can come here if you have like a plus 10 weapon or so, which is very easy to grind. And if you don't have a level 50 weapon, you know, I mean a plus 10 weapon, come here and tough it out for a day or so, and you'll be able to buy yourself a freaking plus 15 or a pry in one day at grinding at this place. And the money will just pick up from there. This place is a known grind spot for a lot of veterans and streamers, and this place will net you somewhere around, like, I would say 8 million an hour once you get like, you know, if you're a good grinding class, like a mobility type class that can just get in and just bing 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 and then get out, you know, go to the next pack. But this place makes a crap load of money, and this place made me more money than I've ever made anywhere else, to be honest. Like, I've literally grinded a whole tri-Gurnil set from this place just about alone. And the bad thing is, when you get a little bit higher, like say if you're 56, you don't get experience, but you still get really good money here. Like, the money is just ridiculous. I don't know why this place gives so much money, to be honest. It just does. Now, you can go try this out for yourself. If you don't like it, I mean, I don't really know what to tell you. I'm not giving you guys information that I got off of any websites or anything like that. This is information that's been personally tested by me. So this is stuff that I'm passing on. You know what I mean? I'm paying homage to you guys. I'm giving back. You know what I mean? I'm trying to show you guys how I got on my feet. Okay? So once you're done with that place, which you'll never really be done with that place, like I still go there even to this day, it's just a really non-stressful, light place. Like, if you're enchanter, if you're one of those people that enchant your gear and you blow your gear up and you break your gear and you got crappy gear, go here, because you can't go wrong. It's south of Caltheon, and you just can't go wrong there. So the other places I think I've already went over, which is Iron Mines. You're farming the elites there. That really requires some type of gear. You can't just be there wrecking shit. Like, it literally requires like full, I would say at least a duo main hand and a duo awakening. For as far as weapons go, for the AP required, or I could say at least 130 to 140 AP. Should probably, depending on your class, will have you wrecking those elites there. And that's where majority of the money from Iron Mines comes from, is the elites. If you're at Iron Mines and you're grinding that place and you're not killing elites, I don't know really what to tell you. I found that I used to have these nodes plussed up, and what I found is they don't really give you more stuff. Now, maybe someone else, if someone else knows if they give you more stuff, you can leave a comment in the section below. I don't mean nodes in general, but I'm just talking about Iron Mine nodes, because when I had all three of these plussed up to like 7 a long time ago, and I went to try something else, like some fishing, so I needed more contributions, so I took them out of here, and I just recently put them back, and I'm getting about the same that I had. So I just decided not to start plussing them back up and using my energy elsewhere. Another good spot, like I named earlier, is Helms. Okay, Helms is a really great spot for experience, from leveling from level like 51 all the way. Like I said, I leveled from, man, I got to 57 at Helms, literally. And at the time, I could kill Salsons. I just couldn't kill them like efficient enough. And that's another thing I really want to step on, is efficiency, guys. Like, if you If it takes you, you know, 20 to 30 seconds to kill a group of Salsons, you don't need to be at Salsons. You don't need to be at Salsons. Trust me, you're losing money and experience. In this game, efficiency and grinding is so massive that's why you would rather grind at Helms if you can kill the mobs with under 5 seconds from getting to a pack. So boom, you get to a pack, you know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, on to the next pack. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, on to the next pack. If you cannot do that, guys, then you don't need to be grinding there. Now, there are some exceptions. Some people like to do it. Like I said, I have multiple grinding spots for the immersiveness and stuff like that, and I also role play. So if you're that type of player that wants to go and grind that place because it's just a really beautiful place to you and you really like it, then by all means, you can definitely grind there and get money. The exchange item, the reason why I love Helm so much is because when you get fat, you can just go anywhere and sell the freaking exchange items because they don't require you to go to a specific NPC. Like Elric's requires that, Salsons requires you to go to this place over here. And as you can see, that Salsons, guys, Salsons does make a lot of money, but that's when you're geared. When you have like 140, 150 AP, then you should be able to wreck Salsons. Like I said, if you can't kill the whole pack, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go grind somewhere else. You'll make you a lot more money. Trust me. Efficiency is a massive part of grinding in this game. And like I said, some days when I wake up, I want to just take it easy, and I take my butt all the way over here, Caltheon, and I grind over here because this is where the money's at. Like this place, I would say, man, some days I literally feel like this is one of the best grinding spots in the game for money. And now remember, it doesn't give you any experience, but it's just so accessible to everyone. So if you're a new player, make sure you hit this place. Please hit this place. Grind here, get your money up. Because I know it's frustrating when you first start and you ain't got nothing, and you know what I mean, when you asking your guild and your guild's talking about why don't you go to Salsons and stuff like that. These people are like full try and crap like that, been playing since the games first started, and they're like, if they're harassing you, you know, you only been playing for 1 month, or you only been playing for like, you know, 1 week, come holler at me. You can join a real guild or whatever that'll really support you, take you out to pirates and all that stuff, let you get some real experience and stuff and grind you up. But you know, I know a lot of people that join the game and they get discouraged because everyone tells them that they need to be at Salsons, they need to be at pirates over here on the island, whatever, this is pirates over here out on the island, and that they need to be killing pirates and shit with Jet, whatever his name is, fucking Captain Jack, fucking Sparrow and shit, and it's not true. You know what I mean? You don't have to be at Salsons to make really good money. You don't have to be at Helms to make really good money. You ain't got to go to none of these places that I'm telling you to go to. You know what I mean? You should though, because these are all the grinding spots. So you should definitely go and grind those spots. But like I said, my big money maker, man, this freaking place right here is just unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Just try it out if you love it. Matter of fact, I don't know why this ain't in there. That should be in there. But grind this place, man. Grind this place. Tell me what you think. If you're a new player, I hope I helped out. I'm sorry how random this video was. I know it was like all over the place. I'm just trying to give you guys a better mindset to the game, man. Because, you know, like I said, a lot of people come in here and they told to do this and do that. Yeah, I mean, but if you don't have the gear for it and you ain't got the funds and all that stuff, how you gonna do that? How you gonna what they expect you to do? Be at Pirates 1 week fresh into the game? Come on, bro. We all know it don't work like that. We all know. You know what I'm saying? So until next time, guys, I'm over 300 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and holla at your boy. And also, if you guys have any information that can help other new players, feel free to put it in the comments below. Feel free to put it in the comments below, guys. You know what I mean? Spread that information and help these newer players or whatever not get discouraged from the game. You know what I mean? Help these players. Peace out, guys. This is King Vox. I'm out. Yo, what's up? This is Vox, and today I'm kind of speaking on the Striker, and I didn't want to make this video before actually getting to play firsthand with the Striker's Awakening. Now, with all the information and feedback that I've been getting from people and reading, it kind of seemed like, I was worried because I had already decided, like, oh yeah, this class seems really cool. Like, I really like magic, you know what I mean, but melee at the same time. So this is kind of the perfect combination or whatever of, like spells and I guess flashiness along to go along with melee. And a lot of people didn't like the fact that the Striker Awakening did fire and summoned these fire guys. And from what I've read and stuff like that, it seems like people were disappointed at the Awakening just because, they wanted a Striker class, like, as in like Striker as in like, a kung fu type master. And I can see where they feel like, the Awakening isn't as, fightery as I guess the non-Awakening. But man, this is awesome. You smash through stuff. You can guess, like, I forget this little move is called, but it's so fun just to, like, spin through your enemies and stuff like that and kill them, like, literally. That's got to be one of the coolest things ever. Then you go to attack a group of mobs and you just like boom boom, and then your posse comes out of nowhere and they're just like boom boom. Dude, this class is so fun. Now, you guys, you know how I am with like comparing classes to each other in PvP. So I'm not going to this video. If you're looking for, me to tell you, oh, how good the Striker is versus the Ninja or, the Berserker or whatever, you're gonna be disappointed. This isn't a game where class rules everything. This is a game where gear rules everything. And later on, I'm probably gonna make a video, basically explaining, how your mindset, you should have a realistic mindset about this game. Well, I'm pretty much just going to be completely honest with you guys and explain things or whatever that I feel that a lot of people don't explain to you guys. So look forward to that in the next video. But man, the Striker is so fun, dude. If any of you guys started playing a Striker and was like, oh, I heard it was weak on Korea and all this stuff, and you end up re-rolling, dude, and you were enjoying it, and maybe now you got to test the Awakening a little bit, and you think the Awakening is cool, but everyone tells you that the Awakening is weak. You guys play the class. You know what I mean? If it's something you like, please play the class. Don't let anyone discourage you or whatever from playing any class that you absolutely love, because at the end of the day, no one has ever come to me and be like, oh, you know how in World of Warcraft where hunters got that ridiculous name like Huntar and stuff like that, or people were like notoriously, hating on paladins and rogues for reasons, because those classes there, the balance was just so crazy, and on this game there's none of that really. Like, there's never a day where, or there's never a week where the same guy's getting wrecked non-stop by one class. You know what I mean? If someone gets wrecked in this game, it's mostly because they were just outgeared, or outplayed. And yes, every class in this game can outplay each other. I really can't think of one class that hard that just completely shuts a class out so bad that it doesn't matter if you have gear or any of that stuff. And I know a lot of people are going to comment Witch and Wizard or whatever, but that's wrong. You know what I mean? Yes, there are two strong classes or whatever, but Witch and Wizard can be wrecked. You know what I mean? People just need to really learn how to play the class. I'm not saying learn how to play Witch and Wizard, but I mean learn how to play the class that you really love and that you really dig, and get into it, man. Don't let anyone discourage you from playing any class that you want. That goes for every class. I know I got a lot of friends that's rolling to Ninja and stuff like that. Hey, look, guys, stick to it. If you love it and you love the idea of it, stick to it, because the only real PvE in this game is killing mobs and role playing. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't really role play, then the only aspect in this game or whatever that's good for you is PvP, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love PvP, but I also like the role play, and that's why this game kind of sits okay with me. You know what I mean? So that's why I continue to play this game, because I can get into the role of the character that I'm playing, and it kind of fills that void for not having raids and dungeons and stuff like that, you know. So this is just crazy to me. This class is just, you know, if Black Desert did anything right, and I know a lot of people cry about how many classes they got and they need to fix the game and stuff like that for, you know, whatever your reason being, you know, why you say they need to fix the game. You know, just think about it. This is a game that has some very unique classes, you know, that, I mean, yeah, some of them you can generalize them, you know, like warrior. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a warrior in every game, and there's a witch, wizard / mage in every game and stuff like that. But when you really think of it, this game has some really unique classes, and we should just really, you know, be grateful for that it's such a fluent PvP game with a large variety of classes, because most PvP games have the same funky ass 3 classes, you know what I mean? Warrior, mage, ranger, and what, assassin or something like that, you know. And we're playing a PvP game that stepped out of the box and that, you know, went farther or down that line. So that's my thoughts on, you know, the Striker as well as the game. But like I said, guys, I think Striker is awesome, and I think if you really like it, you should play it, because gear over everything, and that's just how it is in just about every game, you know what I mean? There, except for Guild Wars. In Guild Wars, it's definitely class over everything, because, you know, the gear in that game is so linear. Like, you can't really outdo somebody in gear in that game. Everyone gets like the same stats and stuff like that. So there you have it, guys. Grind, get that gear. If you want to be better than your buddy, or if your buddy's getting in your cheeks, it's not because he picks a better class than you. It's because that fool has better gear than you, son. And if you ain't got no gear, bro, I don't know what you doing. Peace out. This is Vox. Love you. Hey, what's up? This is King Vox, and I just did 150 ball scrolls today, and I took my elephant out there, packed her up or whatever. It took about, I would say, 4 hours, but I literally made, and here you can see all the stuff on the marketplace right now. I made literally, hold on, I did the math actually of all this stuff. It's 191,440,348 silver. So I've probably spent about 90,000. I think it's 88 to 90,000 silver buying what I needed for these. I bought each relic at about 600,000 a piece, 600 to 640,000 a piece. I got really lucky, and I did literally 150 scrolls today or whatever in party. So this is the aftermath from it, and as you can see, it's just insane. All these black stones I got, and as you see there, in the total right here, I actually have it on my phone because I just did the math. Well, I just told you guys the total: 191,440,348 silver. All right, that's crazy. Okay, and that's minus tax as well. So it's probably going to be about, literally, probably about like a 70 or 60 mil profit or whatever. But 60 mil or whatever in 4 hours, like that's dope. You know, some people only have 4 hours to actually play the game, you know what I mean, a day. So if you spent your 4 free hours actually doing this, you would literally make more money than probably 80% of the player base. You know what I mean? A lot of new players or whatever aren't really making a lot of money, and you can do this starting out at level 50. The guide will be in the comment section below. I hope this helped you guys. I wanted to get a little video out today just to kind of, like, you know, show you guys this, because I was kind of shocked of how much money I actually made today doing this as well. And to be honest, if we didn't have Node War tonight, I would probably run another 150 scrolls, you know, because it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Now it's boring, guys. You guys got to get Netflix and stuff like that out. It's very boring. I recommended you guys do it with your guilds, because people do be scamming out there, and I did get scammed out of my last group, which was a 10 scroll group, everyone did 10 scrolls apiece. And the group before that, we did 20 scrolls, but that was with a guild group, so everyone was trusted there. 20 scrolls went off without a hitch or whatever, actually pretty fast too. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you're going to do it with pugs, try to do 5 to 10 at a time. You know what I mean? Don't do 20, don't do 30, and definitely don't do, don't do more, just don't do more than 10 guys with pugs, because if someone leaves or whatever, it kind of messes you up. And I know it's not much money you lose if one person ends up leaving or dropping, but every little bit counts. You know what I mean? And that person dropping is the reason why this last memory fragment stack is all short of 10. You know what I mean? So I hope this really helps you guys. Check the comic section below. I mean, not the comic section, but the information section for the guide on actually how to do relic scrolls and stuff like that. And I believe the requirements is level 50, and you can do it with plus 10 weapons and stuff like that. Usually if you're going on, you're probably leeching at level 50 anyway. People really just want you there or whatever to take your scrolls. So you guys, good luck out there and get to the money. Character, so you can turn your character from ugly to handsome to ugly to beautiful, or whatever you want to do as many times you want. So you don't have to worry about that as long as you have the value pack, and you should have the value pack. That's the number one thing I listed on here, so you guys make sure to tune to that. These are buff scrolls, 100 health. Some people, man, I don't know how, but some people have all this crap. Like, I don't think they buy it through loyalty. Maybe they buy it through the actual Pearl Shop, but I'm telling you what people mostly spend their loyalty on. And you can also get artisan memory, so pretty much every 4 days you can get one artisan memory. To be honest, it could be good, or it's really personal preference. I already talked about artisan memories. I'm not going to go too much into that stuff right now, but most things are the alien tears or whatever, so you don't die forever. Don't lose experience forever, my bad, not die forever, but these things bring you back to life. So, and it gets rid of that whole, your death penalty, which is good. So you want to get those. This other stuff, all this other stuff is personal preference. Me, I save up for the weight limit here. Now this is another way you can get weight limit, which I did state on my helping newer players with the weight limit problem video I had out there. So you can check my channel for some other videos like that. Pretty much, you can get a value pack for 1 day. It's not worth it. Just spend $10 or whatever and get a whole month until you can buy some off the marketplace. If you ever see them on the marketplace, just buy them. If they're up there, buy them, like, period. No matter how much you can have, you can never have enough or whatever, because that's going to make you all the money, especially when you're grinding or processing or just about everything in the game, to be honest, because you get majority of your money through selling through the marketplace. So not having this value pack is just like a big no-no. As far as inventory expansion, don't ever buy this shit, not from loyalty. You can buy it from the Pearl Shop, but don't buy it from here. It's just too much. That's 10 days for one inventory expansion. You don't want that. Trust me, it's just a waste of money. I save up for the weight limit increase because I feel that you can never have enough weight. On this character, I don't have one yet, but I'm about to have one, and well, later on tonight when that resets. But artisan memories is a really good thing to save up for if you can't afford to buy them at all. They're literally 50 cents a piece. Now, I know I'm like, oh, they're only 50 cents or whatever, but that shit adds up. Like, I'm gonna be straight real with you. So you can buy it from here or whatever and just pace yourself and things you do. You don't need to enchant everything. Some of you guys need to learn how to just save and buy out items outright so you don't have to deal with the whole enchanting system in this game. I personally think it's a sham, just to milk money out of us, whatever, but to each their own. I know some people that start playing like 2 months ago that have better gear than me from risking, enchanting. I know people that have been playing longer than me, more active than me for like a year or so, and have worse gear than me, and they enchant. So it can go either way. Like I said, enchanting on this game is gambling. It's RNG. If you believe in that hoodoo voodoo thing, then spin on one toe 15 times right and turn left 32 times and hit that button, and you're gonna get that succeed definitely. And that's it. You guys make sure to like and subscribe. This is Vox, and I'm out. Hey guys, this is Vox, and I'm going to step on the inventory situation. There's a lot of new players out there, and man, I can't tell you how much I understand your pain when it comes to your inventory. This is how my inventory looks like on a casual grind day, and it's not really the slots that's the problem, it's the weight situation. So I'm going to focus a little bit more on weight, but I am going to tell you the best thing to do as far as inventory slots. And the best thing to do for your inventory slots is just to quest. When you quest, you get a lot of free inventory space. So it's probably one of the last things you want to buy, especially if you don't have the weight. Trust me, if you don't have weight, your inventory is never going to get to this point. Like, that's just a fact. Like, your inventory will get to like the third row, and then you'll be maxed out. You'll be done. All right. So there's many ways to get weight in this game. I'm going to step on some ways that you can start getting right away. Now, the first way I would say is to hit whatever city you're at. It really doesn't matter. You want to hit Trade Manager right here in the nearby NPCs, and you want to press T. It's going to run you towards the nearest Trade Manager. So you should come to this person, and they'll have little deals up here, and then you can go boom, buy one. Then what are they talking about? I don't want it in a cart or anything. Hold on. What's going on? What am I doing wrong here? Maybe it's trying to put it in my mouth. No. Here. There we go. Okay, so it tries to put it in the mouth. So that was the issue. But here you guys go. This is like the first step. And let me tell you guys, you don't want to do this when you're actively playing. You want to right click somewhere and then hit auto loop. Make sure you're in the city, because last night I was doing it on this character, and literally from 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. all the way up till like 10 in the morning, I only got 3 levels, guys. 3 levels. Now, mind you, like I said, I got killed. Somebody literally killed me because I inched out of the city. And then you hit T, and then you minimize, put your game on optimize mode, and boom, there you go. For every level of strength that you get, you literally get, okay, I thought it was like 2 for every level, but it's kind of wonky, so I'm not 100% sure how the strength works. But level up your strength overnight while you're sleeping, and that's gonna give you some extra weight. It's not much. I say in 2 nights of AFKing, you could probably get to about 20 extra weight. Now, like I said, it's not much, but every little bit counts. It really does. And I know there's going to be people in the comments crying about, that's stupid, just buy weight. I mean, not, you guys have to take in mind or whatever, that not everyone out there can afford to put money into the game. You got some people out there that are, you got children out there, for instance, and their parents may be struggling, or all sorts of things. So just, you guys keep in mind or whatever that not everyone has the free money or whatever to put into these games. I know I didn't, you know what I mean? So guys, just be nice to people. Okay, so let's get this thing off of my back so I can go on to showing you guys other options. I just wanted to show you this because this is a fast way to get about 20 to 30. And if you do it every night for a whole week or whatever, you'll definitely have about 30, 35 extra weight onto your inventory. And that's beautiful. Where is it? What did I get? Oh, it's this thing. Okay. Let's get out of here. Oh, I'm free. Oh, finally, that thing's off my back. That's horrible. Oh, goodness. Who does that? Who does that? Okay, let me stop playing around. Okay, so the second option is with loyalty. And a lot of people are going to probably jump on me for this one, man. But this is a really good way to get weight, too. So, every 3.5K, whew, that's a lot of loyalty. You can get 50 extra weight. I already got one of these on this character, and that's why his weight situation is at about like 600. Plus, it's from his belt as well. I'll show you that a little bit later. But as you can see, you can get loyalty here. And the cool thing about this, you can get 4 of them per character. So that's a free 200 weight. It's over time. A lot of people don't use loyalty in this way or whatever, but a lot of those people, like the veterans and stuff like that, they're to the point where they're level like 58 and 57. I mean, not 57, but 58, 59, and 60 and stuff like that. And they're grinding, and they don't want to lose experience when they die. So they go and they spend it on, let's see, where is it? Where is it? Okay, here it is. I was looking at it, but I was like spacing out. So pretty much every day, I mean, this is after you get your weight, or if you don't want to get your weight, I'm just showing you another thing that most people spend their loyalty on. And 9 times out of 10, it's this right here, Alien's Tear, and it's so they won't die and lose experience. Because once you're at level 59 and stuff like that, those people spend literally hours getting percentages, and it's not a fun thing or whatever to die, especially if you die in the desert. So a lot of people just make sure they have those tiers on deck, and they have bunches and bunches and bunches of them. And other people, they buy the Artisan Memories, but most people that use Artisan Memories usually just buy them. I know majority of people I know just buy them, but like I said, not everyone has the money for that, so that is another option here. But this isn't about loyalty. I'm just really just showing you guys. I'm just trying to give you guys, help you guys out. Okay, another thing for new players is mounts. Okay, so let's say I have this horse right here. Now the horse isn't really too good at all, because look, this horse is lucky. This horse has 3 slots. Most horses only have 2. Some of them don't even got that. Some of them only have 1. You know what I mean? And only 141 weight. So you have your horse inventory, and say if I wanted to put, boom, those. So now my horse weight is 250 when my horse maxes out at 141. So let's see what happens when we max this horse out like this and try to move. We can't. The horse will steadily trot like this. It won't jump. It'll do that. It break his neck. Okay. Anyway, this horse is definitely getting sold after this video. Just disrespectful. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with this horse? So, as you guys can see, a horse isn't really a good substitute, you know, for an inventory, right? So let's take my potions back off of this horse, because this horse is just being a D-bag. Can't believe you, horse. Shame on you, horse. Shame on you. All right, let's show you guys the other options that we have here. Let's sell this horse actually, because I'm just a savage. All right, we're gonna recover it, get you all nice, and now we're gonna remote control. Okay, then we're gonna sell mount. Oh, almost 2 million. Mount has been sold instantly. I think that was stupid. I think I could have got more for it on the market, but it's okay. It's okay. So your other options right here. And the reason why I'm not going to mention the merchant wagon is because the merchant wagon is a wagon that needs to be crafted or won off at an auction house for 3 million. And to be honest, any wagon will do. Really, the farm wagon, I would say, is probably the best. So here you have a shabby wagon, and this wagon is pretty fast. I mean, well, it's not really fast. It only goes 110% speed, which is only 10% more than all the rest of the wagons, but it has less slots. This one even has even fewer slots. Flimsy wagon, and I guess this is the bottom of the bottom. So you would get this one, you know, if you're first starting off and you're running around. And I mean, it has 6 slots, and I can't imagine that it has more than like 200, 300 weight. But we're gonna talk about this wagon, which is 180,000. This is something that you'll have before you even make it to Heidel. So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase one of those. Then I'm going to click on this person again, and I'm gonna hit stables. Oh, you have a new horse emblem in your... Okay, I shouldn't be talking like that because that's kind of low-key racist. I'm sorry. I got carried away. I don't know what the hell got into me. I just been tripping balls just now. I'm sorry. Big apologies. Register emblem, and you want to go boom, and you want to name it something like Milky Nipple. Boom! Now you got your Milky Nipple wagon, and now it's out of the shed. Okay, so now this thing, how do you get an inventory for this one? F5. Okay, so as you can see, look, it's got all these slots and a maximum weight of 630. So that means you can pack a lot more stuff onto this wagon, and you know, you can use it as a second inventory. You know, and when I first started playing the game, or when I first came back to the game, actually, that's exactly what I did. You know, look at all this stuff you can pack on there. So, boom, you got all this stuff on there, right? And you can pack whatever you want on this wagon. It's just extra inventory, and the main thing is exchange items, like these exchange items right here. You can just pack a bunch of them on there almost infinitely, and you don't have to worry about anything because the wagon's slow, mind you. It's not as fast as, you know, a horse or anything. As you can see, the wagon's quite slow. But if you trust me, if you don't have anything higher than like a tier 5 horse, you're not going to notice it at all. You're going to be just fine. And majority of the times when you're going somewhere to grind anyway, unless you're doing like bosses. And then you're still, in that case, like, you know, you're still grinding. So I kind of when I first started playing, I took my wagon everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Like, they were, like, my old guild used to hate me for it. They're like, God damn it. It's like, where are you? I was like, I'm on my way. Don't worry. I'm coming to Salson's. I'm halfway there. They're like, God damn it. Are you on that stupid donkey again? It's like, no. I'm not on a donkey. I upgraded to a wagon, fool. Dang. They're always hating on people. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Back in the day, I used to ride a donkey everywhere until I realized how slow donkeys were. Oh my goodness. So I thought, you know, the donkey was cool because it had a little bit more weight. And then I found, like, I just never looked at the weight that the donkey had to realize how crappy the donkeys were. So that was my downfall. Now, you can get a bit bigger wagon, and it's one with the 4 horses and all that stuff like this person has in front of me. And that one's equivalent to a baby elephant, which is now what I've upgraded to. You know what I mean? So, like, the wagon was more like I would say the wagons are more like a, you know, a Cadillac compared to the donkey. The donkey's like a hoopty. You know what I mean? Then I just upgraded to LO Junior. I mean, the elephant is kind of like, I can't really, you know, an elephant's like a Jeep, like one of those new nice looking Jeeps, you know, with the massive mud tires and everything. And I'm gonna bring it out and I'm gonna show you guys something. All right, so you guys remember when we had the horse out, and we packed the horse up to 200 weight, right? And the horse was just like, oh Jesus, my back, I can't do it, and kicking me off and all that stuff. Disrespectful. We had to get rid of that fool. All right, so we have the elephant here. And as you can see, the elephant is kind of slow right now. And I wonder why. It's because the elephant's packed to the brim, guys. All right, let me show you guys something. Let me show you guys something. Bam! Look at that. Now I put a lot of this stuff on this elephant for the sake of the video, but as you can see, the elephant holds a maximum of 1100 weight. Now it's not max level yet. My elephant's like still like 2 levels away from max, but at max it'll hold 1200 weight, right? And it has 16 slots. Okay, let me tell you guys something. This elephant is over 400, almost 500 overweight. All right, it's 1500 weight on this elephant right now. So this elephant's overweight to the point where it shouldn't be able to run or anything. You know what I'm saying? But then you just hold down shift and it's like, surprise, motherfucker, surprise. And the elephant is all of a sudden that Jeep that I was telling you about that don't get stuck in the mud. You know what I mean? 4-wheel drive, all the suspension that you need. Let me tell you guys something, all right? If you like wagons and you sick of your weight situation, just carry around the elephant, because the elephant most likely has more slots than your newbie ass and more weight capacity. But on the flip side, guys, you know, this video was really just to show you guys some of your options that you have or whatever that a lot of people don't use. You know what I mean? Now, some people do use them. Some people do use them. But for you new players out there that ain't got the resources, that ain't got none of that stuff, grab yourself a wagon. Grab yourself a wagon, pack it up, and get going. All right? Because the wagon's still faster than the horse. When it's fully loaded, that is. That's when it's fully loaded. And then once you upgrade, you can upgrade to a merchant wagon, all right? And then once you grind enough, maybe you can get yourself one of these big boys right here. You know what I mean? One of these big boy elephants. Now, I can't jump right now because I'm overweight. But, you know, this just goes to show, you know, look at this little wagon. Look at it. Just look at it. Oh, nope. And this is because I'm overweight right now. I'm even fat. Oh, wait. Just wait. Wait till I get instant excel on this sucker. I'm going to be balling. I'm like the little Ellie that could. You guys don't even know. Look, man, make sure to like and subscribe. And I hope some of you new players got some information from me today. And if you didn't, I'm sorry, man. I tried my best. I'm just trying to help you newer players out. For you veterans, hey, man, I love you guys too. But you guys already know too much, right? Wow. I really just wanted to show you guys this. This is the first time getting to see a thunderstorm in BDO. And I've seen them out in the ocean, but I've never seen them quite like this. And I just think it's really, really cool. So yeah, you guys got to see some lightning, some BDO lightning, because I've been playing this game for a long time, and funny to say, I've never seen this before. Now maybe this is new. I'm not sure, but it's really cool. Anyway, like and subscribe, buddies. Like and subscribe. As you can see, there's a person right now and looking for a group, looking for 10 ancient relic summon scrolls. And these summon bosses, and a lot of people, when they're looking for these things, what they're looking for is 4 other individuals that's willing to run 10 scrolls a piece with them. The most casual one is 5 scrolls. There's people that even do up to 100. Now, you do make profit, but the profit is really RNG. So I want to show you guys a little bit how that goes. So you make a scroll by these right here, ancient relic shards. So what you do is you make a X with them in your inventory, and I will show you guys how to do that in a second. First, you have to buy them, and this could be a really difficult part because so many people are buying these to do this farm, because this is just a very good way to make money. I wouldn't say it's better than grinding, but it's definitely something different. So there's tons of ways to make money in this game. I'm gonna come back when I have all 5 of these ancient relic shards to make a scroll. Okay, so I have all 5, and the first thing I want to do is unclick auto arrange so I can properly arrange these in the right way. So there, and as you can see, a little plus goes up, and boom, here's the ancient relic scroll, summon scroll, and you right click it and hit yes. And the only reason you want to right click it and hit yes from here is because then it's going to show you exactly where to go, and you're going to be right south of Caltheon City, and I'll show you guys that in a second. Okay, so this place is south of Caltheon, but when you make the scrolls, it'll tell you exactly where it's at. Then, you'll come here and it'll be a little island you'll have to swim over. And as you can see, a bunch of people are constantly doing these scrolls all day long, every day. If you ditch out on a party, you guys, they will blackball you and blast your name through the world chat, so beware of that. If you feel that you don't have the time to sit there for about 40 minutes and do the scrolls, then I suggest not doing them, because if you leave a party without doing your scrolls, well, they'll get you banned from doing these. Like, they'll just have post your family name and stuff like that out there, and people will write it down, and you won't be able to find a party for it, and that'll suck. So don't do that. It's not worth it. Trust me. Um, so this is what I got from doing it so far. I got 10 memory fragments, and once you complete the quest on your 5 turns, you get these little orbs, right? These little spears right here, right? So I have my last quest right here, and I'll show you. See, it gives you 3 of them. So at the end of it, if you're only doing 5 scrolls, you should have 15 of these, 5 from each. And then you open these up and see potions. Okay, I just put a bunch of those items on my elephant. And let's open these last 3. And as you see, they fill up your weight with these stupid potions. Like, potions are horrible in this game. Let's see, put those over there. And I made out with 29 memory fragments and 53 hunter seals. And I got this stuff. It's not really worth anything, really. Like, this is just light stuff that you get from there. Really, all the money comes from these, and I would say I had to buy 25 ancient relics, and I bought the ancient relics at 750,000 a piece, which came up to about 18 million. So we're gonna go sell all this stuff and see how much money I've made. Now, this is not accurate, amount that you're going to be getting every time you guys do this. You're going to be getting, it's really RNG. Like, some people get 35, 40 memory fragments per run, but it seems like 30 is about like average. And for hunter seals, some people get anywhere from 50 to 70 hunter seals, and this extra stuff is just extra stuff that's barely even equals out to, I would say, 200,000. So I'm not going to count that whatsoever. I did get a little bit of shards, blackstones, but not all of these came from there. So I'm not going to count those either, because those probably only come up to about 1 mil total. But I spent 18 mil. So let's go see if I make more than 18 mil back. Okay, so I did the math, and for the shards, just the memory fragments alone cover me for the ancient relics that I got. So that covers that price, and everything else from these hunter seals would be a bonus. So I would say you probably make about 5 to 7 mil profit, if you're unlucky. And I'm guessing I'm unlucky, because some people tell me that they make 10 to 15 million and stuff like that. I haven't got that results, but I hope you guys do. So as you can see here, my grand total is 26 mil. Not bad. That means I did have a profit. I would say my profit would be about 7 mil. So my earlier calculation was right. So it was about 5 to 7 mil profit, and I didn't look out like some other people. Some other people got almost 40 memory shards, and I didn't. So good luck, you guys. Hopefully, you guys have better luck than I do. Your mount skills and stuff like that. It's really cool in this game that you can build onto every aspect of your character, and it feels so rewarding to be able to just, you know, when you come up with your horse or whatever, 9 times out of 10, you feel good about it because it's yours. You bred this horse, like, you know what I mean. There's a lot of people out there that breed horses, and these guys, they get rewarded for it. These are the people that ride around and pure white, horses, tier 8 horses. And a lot of other people are, I guess, still riding around on tier 5s and stuff, like, including myself. Yes, I have a tier 5 horse, but you know what? It has some really neat skills on it that makes it completely worth it, and I'm happy with it. And this is armor that I created to put on the horse. So all of this right here is possible because of me, the work that I put in. It's so rewarding, right? So that's what training is, where you can level up your horse and stuff like that, and it goes towards your character. Kind of like, I would say these life skills and professions are kind of a lot like RuneScape professions, where if you go out and chop wood, you get experience towards chopping wood. So it's the same aspect here. When you process, anything, it goes towards your character's experience and knowledge of processing, and it goes through these tons of levels, you know what I mean, which I believe it's beginner, then it's apprentice, and then it goes to skilled, and then professional, and then there's like 4 other ones. I don't really know them by heart, but it's a really cool system. And the higher these are, the more rewards you get from it, the more stuff you get from it. So when you're cooking, say if you cook a hot dog, right, at beginner, you're gonna get like 1 hot dog each time you cook. As you rank up and become a skilled cooker, now maybe you're getting 2 to 3 hot dogs, and you become a master or a guru, and you're getting like 5 to 6 hot dogs or whatever. So, and you can understand right there, if you're making profit just procking 1 extra hot dog, imagine a profit that you're making when you proc 5 extra hot dogs. Now this is just an example, so don't rip my head off in the comments. All right, guys. You got fishing, and you know what fishing is. Fishing is literally so cool, and a lot of people, when they look at Black Desert, they say, oh, the fishing system is not very in-depth and stuff like that, but it is in a way. Okay, so when you're fishing, I believe you become master or maybe skilled or something like that. You're able to use a harpoon gun, so now you can go out in the ocean and fish with a harpoon gun. And I don't know too much about it. I just know that you can do it, and I've seen certain people do it. I'm not sure the reward, but there's people out there that fish, and that's their thing. That's what they like to do, and this is not so much of oh, what professions make the most money. This is just showing you how much stuff this game has to offer. And this game, another one is hunting, which, as you see what I'm doing here, and I'm just shooting random things with my little musket, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's really cool, actually. I'm really enjoying this. This board's just sitting there, and I'm just, boom, I come out of here, and I don't care. I'm gonna hunt goblins too, do what I want. And then it has trading. Trading is really cool. I'm gonna get into trading as the last thing, but I'm gonna talk about farming. You guys know what farming is. If you don't know what farming is, then I don't know what to tell you. You're growing vegetables, fruits, plants, all sorts of things like that. It's really cool. If you ever wanted a game where you can farm in game, yes, you can farm in game, and it's really cool, and you can make money from it. You can make money from every profession in this game so far, except for sailing, I believe. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you can make money sailing. Actually, you can. I might be wrong. I don't know too much about sailing, but it's exactly what it sounds like. You get a boat, and you level that up or whatever. And yes, that's a profession in this game. You can actually spend all your time in this game in the water. How efficient you would be on things, I don't really know, because I don't know too much about it, because I don't do it. But I know there's people that do it. As you can see here, they have the rankings. You see these are people that are master at gathering. Gathering is anything. It's not just mining. Gathering is woodcutting, mining, and herbalism. So it's gathering all sorts of stuff. And also, it's not just those as well. It's animals too. You can gather blood from animals, which is really cool. Okay, then you have fishing. And look at all these people. So there's leaderboards for this stuff, which is so cool. You won't really see this in I haven't seen this type of stuff in any other MMORPG, to be honest. And this is so cool to have. And this is hunting. There's obviously some people that are ridiculously high, professional 10 and all that stuff. I don't know exactly what they do, but the more you do this stuff, the more you gain ranking and stuff, and you can become masters and gurus. You know, you can make really good money during life skilling. And actually, not for a new player, but for veteran players, you know, some of those guys, majority of the time, make most of their money just off of life skills alone. And when people talk about life skills in this game, that's exactly what they're talking about, is professions. So you have that, then you have training, and as you can see, there's someone's mastering here, and it shows other ranks. And this is just a rank for the channel that I'm in right now, I believe. And you know, there's one for trading, which I'm gonna get on later. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about trading, because that goes along with like workers and all that stuff. Actually, it doesn't really, but it's easier to explain like that. Then they have a wealth ranking. These are people with the top wealth right now on this channel, which is pretty crazy. It doesn't really, it just shows their name, who's higher in wealth. It doesn't really show how much they have. It would be cool if they showed that, so we look at it and be like, holy crap, that guy has a lot. It shows growth. Now, growth is experience. So whoever has, you know, all these guys are level 60, the person with the highest percentage of experience. So that's what it's 60 is the level, and then 0.55, that's the amount of experience. So they're 52% into level 60. So these people might be trying to go for level 61. Other people that they don't really care, they just get to 60 and they're just like, so I'm level 60, I'm a boss. And then they have Red Battlefield is kind of like the battlegrounds in this game. I've never been in one, but I've seen a lot of YouTube videos of it. It seems pretty intense. I think there's different categories that you can sign up for. You can sign up to one that's like, you know, only people with this amount of like gear score and, you know, a strength can join this one. And then they have one that's unlimited. So pretty much Jesus can come in that one, smite everyone, and just be like, ha ha ha. You know, it's funny. Okay, so let's talk about the last profession that I want to say, which is trading. And trading is really cool because it's unique. So basically, when you're trading, you're going to a trade manager and you're basically trading. Like, you remember like RTS back in the day where you would share your resources with your neighbor or your town, and they would get in a trade wagon and they would go all the way to another town to sell goods from another town? That's exactly what it is in this game. So you would be going, say, if you were trading, I would be trading from maybe Caltheon, and then I would pick up some stuff from here, the trader here, and then I would travel all halfway across the world, you know, maybe to this place right here, Altanova, and then, you know, sell them things, and they would give me a higher, they would buy this stuff ridiculously expensive, like 3 times more expensive than I previously bought the things. So pretty much you buy something at one end of the world or one town, and then you go sell it at another town for profit, which is so cool. I haven't seen a system like that where you can actually physically do the trading yourself. Another feature, let me get on to, is workers and stuff like that and nodes. So you can have workers in this game that pretty much do life skills for you. Okay, so like, say I have gathering here. There are people that don't gather at all, that just have their workers gather for you. Let's see if we can put these items up so we can go actually maybe see a worker on a road. Let me get on my horse. Let's ride out. And as you can see, the game is very beautiful. Very beautiful. And I'm not trying to say that most Asian games don't have in-game and stuff like that, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them are just, you know, endless grind. And I don't mind grind. I love the grind, actually. That's why some of my favorite games are Asian games like Ion and stuff like that. So this is not really a problem. And look how beautiful this game is. And for the people that don't have the strong enough computers to run their game on, like, you know, this type of quality, you know, you guys, I'm sorry. You know, I couldn't imagine, you know, playing like that in this year, but, you know, this game is very unoptimized, so even with a good computer, it's still hard for some people to run this game. and really high definition and stuff. So that's why I say that. And you know, my computer's a monster, so I can actually do this. And this is an example of like how a farm would look, but this isn't a personal farm. This is just some random thing. I think there's a personal farm over here, and I guess people can have these things out, and this person's probably just growing a bunch of crap. Yeah, but you lay a bunch of those out and you can actually farm, and it's really cool. I haven't done it, but I see other people do it, and I know friends that do it that make a lot of money. Let's see if we can see workers. So we're gonna go back into town. Woo! Jump off of this rock. Completely hurt my horse. And another thing you can get from farming, you know, just an example, is these carrots. See, these are special carrots. So when I hit this, it fills up this bar, the stamina bar. It almost fills up the whole stamina bar. Matter of fact, it does fill up the whole stamina bar. And that's like another benefit, you know, compared to just buying regular carrots from the regular vendor. Alright, so here's the worker situation here. And it's kind of funny because who knows if these guys volunteered to be workers or whatever, or they're just slaves. But you come to this guy, and there's one of these in every city. You hit NPC, and then you hit worker, and then it'll take you to the closest one. And then you go here, talk to this guy. Now, you can actually contract workers. You're not hiring any more workers. Okay, I can't really hire any, but you would use this button, and you spend like five of your energy, and then you have a chance of getting good worker and stuff like that, and you would just buy the worker straight out. And then here's like a worker auction house, which is a worker exchange is what they call it, but you buy your worker from here anyway, long story short, and then you have your worker. And let me show you. See, this is why I saved this profession to explain kind of a little bit last, because it's a harder profession to actually. It's a little bit more complicated, I would say that. So, all right, we're going to talk about contribution points. So contribution points are these things right here. I have 117 of them. When I first came back to the game, I only had about 50 or 60 of these, which I guess it shows you how much I put into, you know, life skills. Not a lot, like, you know what I mean. I ignored the system completely, and now I come back to the game. I'm really trying to get both of these up, my energy and my contribution. Energy is required to do things like gather as well as nodes. Without nodes, you won't really have anything for your workers to do. So see here, I got this farm, right? And then I can assign a worker. I don't have any workers at this city, I believe, right here, to be able to farm this potatoes, but I would have my workers farm these potatoes for me, so I don't have to go out there and gather it myself, which is cool because you use energy to gather, and if your energy is not too high, you're not going to be able to gather much at all. But with your workers are going to work around the clock 24/7 gathering whatever you need, whether it be stuff you want to meld, stuff you want to turn into armor like ore, or whether it be some type of food or byproduct that you want to use to be able to cook. You know what I mean? So let's say here you can actually make investments, which is really crazy. So workload, you would do like, you know, 10,000. I'm guessing that's what this is. So, oh, this is actually a lot more than 10,000. So I don't know how this system works. I haven't gotten into this, but this is just another part of the game I haven't even like explored yet. But you could do investments, and I guess you do them with your workers. You send your workers to do investments with you, kind of like you would, you know, with your bank and situations like that. But, you know, you pretty much get an idea when I hit Velia, and you see all this stuff was gathered by workers, not me. So all this time, my workers have been gathering stuff like potatoes and corn to make beer to feed the workers. Then you have these planks that is a byproduct from these pine timber. So I have pine planks, which I made from processing these timbers. So it's really cool. There's a lot of stuff in this game as far as like professions that you can actually do AFK. So other aspects of the game we'll talk about is the combat system. The combat system in this game is so fun. Let me go and show you guys what grinding is like. So in this game, the fastest way to level is to grind mobs. Now, quests really don't give you experience towards your level quests really give you experience towards things like life skills and contribution points. Remember, like I told you before, you know, if you want your workers to be able to farm things, you need contribution points to connect these nodes and stuff like that. Oh yeah, that's something else that I almost forgot. I almost forgot to tell you guys about the nodes. So, say I click here, you know, in city, and I have all that stuff, and then I click this farm, and you see how I have the potatoes here? I had to put contribution points in to get this. So you see contribution invest, I'll invest into this. Actually, let's see, connected here. So I'm gonna connect here, and then say I want lumber, I want wood, a worker to gather wood. So boom, I would pick contribution points here, and these contribution points, you never really lose them, but they get used up. So what I mean by that is I can uninvest. I can take my contribution points back out of these nodes, and I'll get my contribution back. So I'll do here, and then I'll take my contribution back, and then I'll go back from, you know, 18 to 19. I'll do that one more time for new players. Boom, you put a contribution point in, and you're down to 18 out of 17. So that's why it says I have 117, right? But I only have 18 free. So it's pretty much being occupied by that node. And I'll do another one here where boom, contribution point, then what is this actually? Anyway, it's an excavation thing. Okay, so I might actually need this. So boom, I put this point in here, and then as you can see, this list right here is my workers. Okay, it says worker list, and these are all the workers I have. Now the workers can only do work to nodes that is connected to the city that the worker currently is at. So say I have all these workers right here from Hydell City, and then I have one worker from Velia, so maybe he can actually start working here. I'm gonna do 500 and then start working. Boom, he's going to repeat that 50,000 times. It takes 2 hours and 30 minutes for him to do that. So every 2 hours and 30 minutes or whatever, he's going to deposit whatever he gets from that node back into my Velia bank. It's going to show up here. And that's how workers work. So instead of me going out and gathering it myself, you know, I just have a worker do it. So we talked about nodes and how they work. And eventually you're going to get to the point where you connect everything, all of this stuff. You know what I mean? All these farms, everything. You're going to be getting resources. You're going to be gathering every single thing in the game if you want to. You know, just like in RTS, you're basically sending your little minions out to gather tons of resources so you can get filthy rich. Filthy rich. You know what I mean? It tells me up there that I explored it and got it. But so then you have grinding, and grinding's the fastest way to level in the game because, like I said before, quests don't really give you experience towards your level. Now, mind you, there are some quests out there that do give experience towards your level. But majority of the time, the quests are for contribution points. So as a new player, what you want to do is you want to do every single quest you get your hands on. Like, a lot of people say just grind if you want to level fast. But trust me, if you level up the way of getting quests, and it's not that much faster to grind, because you're going to be grinding doing these quests. Majority of 9 out of 10 of the quests in this game are nothing but kill quests. So you're going to be killing anyway, you're going to be leveling, and you're going to be caught up on all your quests. You know, you're going to be getting a whole bunch of experience in this game. It's so cool the way it works, you know, because then by the time you hit level 50, which you'll get there in like 3 days. If you're a new player, you might get there within a week. You know what I mean? If you're dedicated and you have a lot of time, shoot, you can get there in 2 days. You know what I mean? There's some new players that even get there in 1 day, you know? Through help of like parties and stuff like that. Partying in this game is very beneficial for money making and experience wise, but there's always conditions to these things, so don't kill me in the comment section below. Alright? So another thing I wanted to talk about that this game offers that a lot of other games don't offer is the ability to pretty much grind for as long as you want, for however, whenever you want. Okay, there's a lot of games. I play Guild Wars 2, where a lot of my friends, a lot of you guys, a lot of my subscribers know that I'm fully ascended, on multiple characters. I have legendaries. I'm pretty much like, you know, a powerhouse in that game. I'm successful, but the thing that pisses me off is I can't grind for money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, every once in a while, you kind of want to just sit back and wreck the hell out of things and just stack up tons of profit or whatever. Just doing that. Like, maybe one day I don't want to do anything but mindless farming, watch some, you know, Netflix, or, you know, listen to some music on YouTube or wherever that may be, you know, while I'm just running around slaughtering mobs all day for profit. You can't do that on most games. On this game, you can. On this game, you get all sorts of things, and right here, this is the collection item from these guys, I'm guessing. But this game has these things called exchange items, and not only that, mobs drop tons of stuff. Like, there's some areas or whatever that are better to grind, obviously, than others, because they have a chance of dropping items that sell for millions of gold, and you can get lucky and get, well, millions of silver. You get lucky and get one of these items, and it's kind of like, boom, you just literally got in 2 minutes what you know, what usually takes about 2 hours to farm. You got like 5 million, sometimes 9 million. There's even times where you'll get items that's even up to 90 million at certain spots or whatever. And it's not realistic to like actively go out there and farm that thing, but maybe one day you have a guild quest over there in that area and you're killing those mobs and you get lucky and get that drop. And it's really cool. You know, as far as the game's PvE, this is as far as the PvE really goes. I mean, there's bosses, there's a lot of world bosses, there's even a Discord that allows people, the community is, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say the community is not as cool as Guild Wars 2 community, but the community is definitely really balanced with really great people and really toxic people at the same time. And it's funny. It's kind of like League of Legends or a game that you play, and some days you have good luck and some days you just have bad luck and play like shit. You know, it's like that when you meet people in this game. Sometimes you're going to meet really, really toxic people, and sometimes you're going to meet people that are wonderful. That are just the coolest people ever. And I advise you to go out there and find yourself a guild, you know, that'll do things with you. You know, don't set out to join the very best guild when you're first starting and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Join the smaller guilds and stuff like that, because I noticed that the smaller guilds are the type of guilds or whatever that'll do things for you. Now, I'm not saying join a guild just to get stuff from people or to use them or whatever, but guilds in this game is pretty much a contract. You know, when you join a guild in this game, you know, they want you to do guild quests and stuff like that. In return, you get paid for doing those guild quests. You get paid for your time. And a lot of people see paying guild members, you know, or guild members or people that want to join guilds, you know, and get paid to do so is lame. I mean, I don't think so, because it's progressing the guild's overall goals, which is to become a strong guild. And no matter what aspect that is, unless it's like a life skill guild and that's all they do is life skill, but any guild that wants to participate in any type of PvP action whatsoever should be finding a way to help their members progress. And progressing as far as, you know, gear and stuff like that requires money. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to, you know, money. You know what I mean? So when you join a guild and they're not trying to give you a nice contract or something like that, you know what I mean, and you're one of those active players, don't hesitate to go out and spend time and really look for a guild that's going to suit your needs. Maybe you're okay with not getting paid from a guild, you know, maybe you're okay with just, you know, going out there and solo farming and stuff like that, but we join guilds to be, you know, a group and to do things together to make things easier for you, you know. So like guilds in this game, everything in this game you can make money out of, which is so cool, you know. And I'm not trying to do any plugs to my guild or anything like that, or throw shots at any other guild out there. All I'm saying is, you know, make sure people do right by you, you know, because this is a game that people can take advantage of you, and I've seen it happen a lot. So make sure people do right by you, number one, and you do right by people. Okay, so special loot system. The special loot system is a system that allows your whole party to evenly divide loot. So pretty much what happens is, say we're killing these guys right here. Hold on, let me. I obviously don't have. Okay, I did have my staff equipment. I don't know why he did that. But say I kill all these guys, and then a bunch of items drop, right? And what happens to those items if they're expensive items or green items is they go to parlays on a marketplace called special deals. Now, special deals is a section of the marketplace. Anything placed in special deals is tax free, and they're placed there by groups that are using the special deal, special loot system. So what happens is whatever it sells for, it sells tax free, and that amount of whatever it sold for, say if it sold for 100 million and there's 5 people in the group, well, everyone's going to get 20 million. So that 20 million will be instantly milled here. And as you can see, I have one here, marketplace special items sold, and this is from earlier, was a tails necklace, and however many people were in the group, I'm guessing that there was 2 of us and it split evenly, gave us both 19,447, and that's tax free, which is really, really, really cool. So now I really want to touch on the pay to win aspect of this game. Now, I feel that every MMORPG has these, and I don't know what it is about lately, but even World of Warcraft, like if you guys don't know, World of Warcraft can be pay to win as well for twinks and for other things, you know. I'm not going to go too deep into that because we're talking about Black Desert or whatever, but the pay to win in this game is considered pets and the fact that you can buy Pro Shop items, which is the in-game currency shop I'll show you guys right here, and sell on the marketplace. Now, a lot of these things, they're not worth it to pay to win. The pay to win isn't too severe in this game because the people that are paying to win aren't making much off this whatsoever. So they can buy 5 items from this market. I'm not sure what the restrictions are, but there's a lot of restrictions on things. And most pets that I see are usually just a red panda and a desert fox. And these pop up a lot, but say someone literally has to spend 20 bucks to even be able to buy this red panda just to sell this red panda for 5 mil. You see, 5 mil is nothing, but 10 bucks is a lot of money. I don't care what anyone says, 10 bucks is a lot of money. I make an okay amount of money, and I know 10 bucks is a lot of money for me. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys are like, oh, I can throw away 10 bucks, but I can't throw away 10 bucks for 5 mil. That's for sure. All right, so the next thing you have are, let me see, I guess outfits, right? So this outfit right here will literally cost someone 40 bucks to buy. And the reason being is because you can't just buy 3,000 for, you can buy 3,000, but you can't buy 3,400. Let's see how this works. So if you buy 3,000, you get 200 free. You still need 200 more pearls, forcing you to buy the 3,000 and the 1,000 to get 40,000, or just buy the 6,000 and just buy it. But this is what happens. So you buy this and you spend 40 bucks. You spend 40 bucks because the rest of you're not going to really be able to do anything with the pearls left over from this, you know what I mean? Because you're going to get this, you're going to spend 2 for this, so you're going to have 800, so you can't even buy a second pet or anything. You can buy some stuff, but you can't buy anything really worth selling. Nothing. So, anyway, you spend 40 bucks and you get this. You get, you know, the pearls that you need, and then boom, you buy this outfit right here, which is $34, right? Then you have extra pearls left over, right? Guess how much I bought this for? Let me show you guys. Go to the auction house right now, pearl items, and here's a few things you can buy. You got the Bolly pack here that sells for about 9 million, 8 million and 9 million, depending on how the auction house is going, right? But Wizard Lord Red weapon and outfit, so this is it right here. This is the outfit that was, it's only 24 million. You're spending 40 bucks to sell an item for 24 million. Yo, you can grind 24. There's people out there that make 300 million every 3 days off of trade skills, guys. This money's not worth it, but this is a good option because for those people, they're helping us, people that don't want to put money into the game. Like me. See, I have this outfit. I didn't buy it, and that's for sure. I bought it off of the marketplace right here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I bought it. I actually won it 2 days ago. Yeah, actually, yeah, 2 days ago. Um, Pro items, and I bought it here, and I got it for 24 million. 24 million. That only took me 3 hours to farm. So, in a way, it's still equals out better than if you were making, say, if you're making $10 an hour. That's still cheaper than you making $10 an hour. Like, just saying. So then you have here the special deals that I was telling you about. And this area is awesome. Special deals automatically register items to set up distribution option in a party. So basically, price falls 3% every 10 minutes. This is the bad part about special deals. The longer these items are in here, the less money they're going to be worth, but they don't get that regular tax. You know what I mean? So what happens is these items come in here and they sell for marketplace value depending on how long they've been there, and they usually sell quite fast, guys. They usually sell quite fast. Whatever party, say if this was a party of 2 people right here, each one of them would be getting, I would say, so 29 mil. Each one of them would be getting a little bit under 15 mil a piece. You know what I mean? So you have things like this, where a whole party, and that a whole party benefits from this. So now, like, if there's 4 of them, then they split that amount, 29 million, 4 ways. If you got it by yourself and you sold this item, you would get taxed 35%, I believe. And that would literally leave you, the math in this game is very funky, but I would guess that this person would literally only get about 20 mil from this, or 22 mil at most, selling this without this little value pack. Now, this value pack is the best thing you want to, if you ever spend money, buy one of these value packs. They're like $10, I believe, or something. Or you can just, I buy all mine from there. You see how many days I have? I have 74 days of this crap. 74 days, guys. 74 days. Guess where I got it all from? Just guess. I got it all from here. From the Pearl Shop for like 9 million, which only takes like an hour to grind, if even. Sometimes you get lucky, you get an item that sells for 90 million. So boom, 90 million. You go buy yourself one of these. Now you cut the 30% off. So say you were getting 30% less from selling anything on this marketplace. Well, now you're not getting 30% less. You're only getting 5% less than the item would actually cost, which is awesome. You're making mad profit, getting fat loots and smacking them fat booties. All right. So another pay to win thing is the pets. I already went over the whole, you can buy things. You can only buy 5 things, but I went and I showed you guys it's not worth it to really do that. Pets, in my opinion, pets are worth it. Pets are really cool. They loot things. Like I said, when you're in a party though, I mean, pets are really worth it if you're a solo player. If you're grinding by yourself, or if you're in a maximum party, and you're the only thing that your pet loots for you is the silver. Well, the only thing you receive is the silver and collector items, kind of like these broken goblin amulets that I kind of spoke about earlier that you get from killing these guys. As you get higher, you'll get better items that give you better things. I don't think I have any in my inventory right now to show you, but you'll get items that you can kind of turn in, and they'll exchange. They're basically called exchange. Oh, here's one right here. So you exchange 55 of these for 3,000 silver. As the mobs get higher and harder to kill, you get better exchange rates for these type of items. So later on, you're going to be collecting things that give you, 1 million for 600. You collect 600 of those, and you change it in and get 1 million silver, which is easy. You can grind like 2-3 of those an hour. Later on when you get higher level. Right now I'm on an alt character. As you can see, let me show you guys. I'm not gonna disconnect here, but I guess I can't see the pictures of them. But as you can see, I have I have a lot of characters that are like 56. Okay, I think I have 3 characters that are 56. I have a Valk, which I believe that is. Then I have the new class, the Dark Knight, which is right here. You can't really see it. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why you can't see that. The game has very horrible optimized. That's another con. The game is not optimized to save your life. If you have a good computer, just think about it like this. If you have a good computer, you're going to be playing on medium and having problems. All right. If you have a great computer like I do, a monster computer, you're going to be playing on medium with minimum problems. And if you crank it all the way up to high, like I have it right here, The game's just gonna the game's always gonna give you problems no matter how good your computer is. I'm just gonna simplify it like that. If you're gonna have problems in this game some way or another because the game's not optimized. Some people say it is. Those people obviously are fucking using Mac truck computers, you know, those big ass fucking computers the size of a room that got like 60 million goddamn things of RAM and stuff like that. Anyway, another pay to win aspect of the game is the weight. Now, every item in this game has a fucking weight. Oh my goodness, this thing pisses you off. Guys, don't get fooled. When you go in this marketplace and you go, I'm gonna spend some money, you spend money on shit like this. Weight. Fuck inventory expansion. You don't need it. Almost every item in this game stacks. All the items that are gonna be weighing you down stack. Alright, so don't worry about inventory space. Chances are you're gonna run out of weight. Your weight situation is gonna get really horrible before your inventory gets full. That's a fact. Alright, so if you do have the extra bread to spend, by the weight limit, it's going to increase a lot your amount of time you're going to be out here farming. I'm not going to speak too much about these things. These things are pay to win as well. I don't really know what to say about these things. Spend $40, you get 100 of them. They're definitely pay to win. I'm not going to speak on them because I don't use them, because I don't level up and plus up my armor myself. That's another horrible thing about this game, is it has a armor plussing system, which I'm not too fine of, but I can deal with it in this game. It has a thing called a fail stack, where the more you fail, the higher chance you have to succeed the next time you do it, and so forth and so on. But I don't plus up my armor. I just grind the money and I buy the item straight out. You guys just also, just to prove that I have this costume, you see right there, Lord Red Staff, all that stuff. You know, I got the whole entire outfit, the big one. You know, someone spent 35 bucks for it. I bought with an hour's worth of work, like that. And you guys, the pay to win aspect of this game would be that would really be it. I mean, other thing is like weight and your pets and stuff like that. But to be honest, to each their own on their opinions on that situation. I don't think it's that pay to win compared to other games where you can go and spend like $5 and buy millions and millions of game currency and buy like crazy benefits. Now, I'm going to state this, that the game, in my opinion, it's not pay to win to the point where it's game breaking whatsoever, not in the least. But at the same time, it is pay to win, guys. And that's just a fact. You know, there's a difference between being pay to win and being broken pay to win. And every game I play nowadays, every game that's out, man, it's out to this date, that's been out for a couple days, is really horrible in that aspect. So just make sure you guys really do some research into this game and the other aspects and the pay to win things. There's people that have videos that are completely straight to those. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Hey, what's up, guys? This is King Vox, and the question today is BDO too hardcore for you? And do you need to be hardcore in this game in order to, like, you know, successfully make it somewhere? Now, the answer to that question is no. You don't have to be hardcore, but will it help? Definitely so. Definitely so. This is not a game, if you're in BDO purely for the PvP, you know, the mindset that you need to have is the grind. You, first of all, you need to grind to level 58 minimum, at the very least 58, you know, and I recommend you keep grinding all the way to level 60. Mind you, this is a hardcore mentality or whatever that needs to be had for people that really want to enjoy the PvP in this game. And people are definitely not lying when they tell you, you know, being level 60 if you want a PvP is a big deal. It is indeed. A level 60 could literally have you know, not only new skills from level 57 to 60, but new ranks of old skills or whatever for awakening that literally do up to like 400% more damage than, you know, the skills that you have at level 56. Now, I did make another video, you know, the grinding advice, you know, telling people, hey, you need to have a different type of mentality when it comes to this game, you know. And that video is for the casuals. I'm gonna be dead honest with you guys. It's for casual players. It's so casual players don't get burnt out. For the people that have the heart and the mindset to really be hardcore, you know what I mean, the PvP is definitely for you, and it's going to be a hard ride. You know, you're not just going to think that you're going to, you know, get off the Olivia servers and everything's going to be fine. To be honest, I believe that the Olivia servers was a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives you guys this false sense of hope. And it's funny, I'm saying it's like, it's not like you don't get any experience once you're off of those, but that 100% experience, like, you know, just 24/7, whenever you want it for those 30 days is massive. You know what I mean? So when you get, what happens to most people that aren't hardcore, you know what I mean, or don't have the mindset, you know, to really go through this grind, they get off of there and they grind on weekdays and they're just like, oh man, like, what's going on? This game sucks. It's too hard to level. Trust me, guys. Listen, you guys shouldn't be complaining about how hard it is to get to level 56, because 56 is when the game begins. Now, a lot of people will tell you, you know, oh, you know, you want to get to 56 and then you get your awakening and then that's it, and you sit at awakening. And I say that too, but remember, guys, that's for the casual players. If you're hardcore, the game begins at 56. You start grinding at 56. That's when shit hits the fan. That's when you need to realize that you need to get all up in those cheeks. You know what I mean? So let's talk about how hardcore BDO is, and you know, how long is it going to take you or whatever to do this. Now, mind you, most players can get to 57 and under 12 hours. Okay, from 56 to 57 should take you under 12 hours in a full group at Pirates. Solo, it could probably take you about 9 hours of non-stop grinding, guys. This is, listen, I am not joking around with you guys. When I say non-stop grinding, that means no going to go take a tankle, none of that. You know what I mean? That is using buffs, everything. Like, that's a solid 9-hour grind. You put in the work or whatever, boom, you'll be 57. And then you might as well double that. From 57 to 58 is going to literally take you about 20 hours of non-stop grinding. Now, some people stretch this out over 2.5 days or so. That's what I recommend for you guys. Don't be going ham trying to, you know, push those 20 hours non-stop or whatever. Like, that's just, it's not gonna happen. Like, you're gonna be tired. You're just, you know, you're not gonna be grinding efficiently. And on top of that, you know, you really have to take in consideration if you're gonna have a group that's going to grind all those hours, unless you're strong enough to grind by yourself. By all means, if you're strong enough to grind by yourself, you're set, because you ain't gotta wait for nobody. You work and you grind at your own pace. You get what I'm saying? Now, from 58 to 59, this is what literally can take you 2 weeks. Like, the hours on this is just ridiculous. Like, I would say it'll literally take you 2 weeks of probably like 10 hours grinding a day, something like that. Some people get it sooner. Some people can do it in a week. I don't know how those people do it, but some people pop every experience buff in the game and they bang out 58 to 59 in 1 week. And but this is 1 week of them grinding, like really out there working. You really have to have a working mentality, because at this point, you know, when you're grinding like this, you have to have a work mentality and not a play mentality. You have to really want it and go for it and get it. You know what I mean? And trust me, it feels like hell. It's going to feel like hell. But once you're level like 58 and 59, you're going to feel how much more power you have over a level 56. That 56 can have a little bit better gear than you. You know what I mean? And you'll still wreck him with no problem. His 56 is going to have accuracy problems depending on his class towards you. If he doesn't know how his class works and doesn't take into consideration, how his class scales off of accuracy by doing immense research on your class. These are things you're going to have to learn. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to just come in here and expect to be the best at PvP without the mentality. Now, mind you guys, I have to play casual. I'm a casual player. But I'm making this video for hardcore players. Hardcore players that really want to, get into PvP. And to be honest with you guys, if you're a casual player, don't expect to experience PvP, as fun as other players. You know what I mean? Because the hardcore players are the players that are going to be wrecking it up in node wars, in sieges, and guild versus guild fights. You know what I mean? And you're going to be the guy that's just supporting no matter what. As a casual player, you're going to always end up supporting because there's no, like, you don't have the gear. You don't have the means to do anything else but to be a meat shield and a sacrifice for your friends and stuff like that. So if you really serious about wanting to PvP in this game, I'm telling you guys, you have to go and grind those levels. Like, there's no way around it. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? But like I said, this isn't a video for casuals. If you're a casual player, you can afford to be casual. You know what I mean? When after you do your grind and you get your levels and you get your gear and stuff like that, you can afford to play casual or whatever. But until you're full, at least try. And try is casual. Try is some really casual shit. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you want to be effective in PvP and you want to be a force to be reckoned with, you want people to know you and realize, oh, that wizard, don't go nowhere near that dude. He crazy. You know what I mean? Listen, you need to be at least, you need to have at least a Tet awakening. You can have a tri main hand. You can get away with that, but your awakening needs to be Tet. You know what I mean? Try at the very least, and then there you're still, with the lower crowd. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. As far as gear, you need to be at least full tri gear. These are things or whatever that you absolutely need to be hardcore in PvP. So what's that gonna take? It's gonna take tons of grinding. I know people that do life scaling, on the weekdays, and I mean like hardcore life skillers. These guys make a lot, like 200, 300 million a week or something like that off of their life skills alone. And then they hardcore grind during the weekends when the experience buff comes on. And you guys, don't burn yourself out on grinding for experience and stuff like that on weekdays. Now, if you impatient and you don't want to wait, like, for the weekends and stuff to grind, by all means, if you have the buying and the temperament to do it. Get out there and grind and get that experience. But I'm gonna let you guys know right now, it's not easy, and I really don't know how else to put it. You guys, you need to get geared. You need to level up. If you're playing this game for PvP, you have to be hardcore, or else you're just going to be someone's biatch. Now, comment rubber duckies down in the comments below, because guess who loves you? Probably your mom, because I don't love you. I'm joking. But comment rubber duckies. Yeah, I like that. So processing. Right now I'm doing cooking. Just don't ignore that. I'm just doing that to get my CP up. But this is how processing makes money. So you would get something like timber, right? Ash timber. You would cut this timber into planks. Right? Now, as you can see, the timber only sells for about 490 silver, right? Although the planks sell for 3 times that. You know what I mean? So then you have the plywood, which literally sells for almost like 7 times what the planks sell. So the higher your processing, the better procs you'll get off of this, and you'll be able to make a ridiculous amount of money doing this. Now, a lot of people actually buy stuff like, you know, the timbers off of the white cedar timber and stuff like that off of the marketplace. But the best thing for you to do is to get your CP up. I know it's difficult for new players and stuff like that. You're just gonna have to run through a lot of regular cooking utensils, and it's kind of worth just like spending all your time cooking. Trust me, like this is definitely worth it. Like our buddy just like literally showed me his scream and stuff. He streamed on a little private stream for me to show me how much stuff that his workers were getting that he was able to process, mostly wood and metal. And the reason why these are like the best is because a lot of people use them to make crates and stuff like that to do their runs. I believe that used to be the best moneymaker, but now I believe processing has passed that. So, but there's a lot of people out there still making crates and still making a lot of money, just not as much money as processing is averaging out for in the long run. So, pretty much, your goal is just to max your CP, your contribution points, so you can literally get all the freaking timber nodes and all the iron nodes, you know, all the mining nodes and stuff like that for you to process and make money off of it. Stuff that you want to avoid for processing is like flex, cotton as well. Just because they don't really sell that much. I mean, you can process them to make costumes and stuff like that, but